Good morning, Malta and Gozo. When the Times of Malta calls it a sensational twist, it's definitely something for the history books. The De Giorgio brothers admitted assassinating Daphne Caruana Galizia on the first day of their trial. Their guilty plea was completely unexpected since Alfred and George De Giorgio had pleaded not guilty on Friday morning. The brothers were sentenced to 40 years in prison each, plus 50k of their criminal proceeds to be confiscated, plus legal fees. The shocking developments in court coincided with a planned event, the award ceremony of the European Citizens Prize to the Daphne Caruana Galizia Foundation. Due to the exceptional circumstances, I'll show you Matthew Caruana Galizia's acceptance speech in full.
Thank you everyone for being here. I mean, I've been sort of struggling, with how to put what I'm feeling into words, especially after what we just went through today. But something that occurred to me just now is that David knew my mother, and that what I really wish is that it would have been my mother receiving this prize from David instead of me. Because I think that no matter what the foundation has achieved, what it will continue to achieve, we will never get close to what my mother achieved within her lifetime. When you look at her track record, it doesn't just cover the last couple of years. I mean, she was the first woman to start writing an opinion column, the first female reporter. She broke so many boundaries in a positive way and really changed our country for the better. I mean, her entire life demonstrates that, not just her death. But having said that, I mean, what we can hope to do is get as close as possible to what she achieved within that lifetime. And I think we've already done quite a lot. I'm extremely proud of what we've managed to do. I mean, we're such a small group of people with such limited resources. I think it shows what a small group of normal people, but who are highly motivated, can do if they mobilize the little resources that they have. I mean, with the education we were able to get, the small amount of resources we were able to rally together, the kind of assistance we were able to get from international organizations, our lawyers, Jason, Therese, Eve, who are here, lawyers in the UK and elsewhere. I mean, we were able to pull this small group of people together to achieve quite a lot. And I think what happened today is sort of one of those steps that we've been able to achieve. And also my mother's family, her sisters, who are absolutely incredible. My dad, who is the chairman of the board of the foundation, but is also our official cook, cooking many delicious meals to keep us sustained while we work, sometimes all night. And everyone else who has supported us along the way. Thank you very much.
In his speech, MEP David Cassar explained in detail why he nominated the Daphne Caruana Galizia Foundation for this prize.
In a climate of impunity, the promotion of EU's fundamental values is a real battle. And yet the Daphne Foundation did not stop with the public inquiry. While it fights for truth and justice for Daphne, it continues to promote these aims in society. For example, it campaigns for transparency and accountability of government bodies. It supports civil society. It has trained journalists and young activists. It has set up a Maltese Investigative Journalism Center to help develop journalists' capacity to do their job. It has set up a public interest litigation network, the first access to justice initiative in Malta. To do all this, it has partnered with a broad range of actors, both with official institutions and with non-governmental entities, both in Malta and abroad. It is an impressive CV, and it has led to important victories for human rights, the protection of journalists, and access to information. I nominated the Daphne Foundation because it did not stop after One Heart Battle. It continues to working to promote public interest journalism, the rule of law, accountability, and ending impunity. Not for itself, but for its country, and out of a sheer commitment to the fundamental values of the European Union. A commitment last seen, I think, in Daphne Caruana Galizia herself, and a commitment deserving of the European Parliament's Citizens' Prize. So congratulations, and thank you very much.
Early on Friday evening, when leaving the courthouse, Matthew Caruana Galizia said there is no reason it takes so long for justice for his mother.
I'm relieved that they've been convicted and sentenced. Now it's about the remaining cases.
And you can watch Matthew's full initial statement on timesofmalta.com. On Sunday it will be 5 years since the assassination of Daphne Caruana Galizia. Daphne was right. A documentary by Manuel de Lilla and Luisel Vasallo gives a perfect overview of what developed in those last 5 years.
None of the issues we have addressed in the film we showed tonight have been resolved. They're outstanding issues. They were stories that Daphne Caruana Galizia lived working on and died working on 5 years ago. I think that's significant. I think that justifies the fact that this is not just a story. This is something we're living. This is something that still justifies today the same anger we felt 5 years ago, the same need to demand action. The nightmare would be that in 5 years' time, we do a documentary about these stories and they're still outstanding. We need to push against that nightmare now as we did over the last 5 years.
And the Caruana Galizia Family's Foundation, winner of the European Citizens Award, is at the center of those trying to achieve that.
We have a situation worldwide, I think, of absolute pessimism, where young people, I mean, most people think that corruption is the default and, you know, there's no way we can stop it, that we might as well just give up. But we wanted to send a message that my mother didn't die for nothing. She didn't give her life for nothing. She documented corruption, revealed it, and we are here to show that that isn't the end. Murdering her isn't going to stop that. We can achieve justice, both for her murder and for the corruption that she revealed in the first place.
Another pressing issue around the 5th anniversary of the murder of Daphne Caruana Galizia is the Maltese government's so-called media reform. The government had to freeze draft legal amendments tabled in Parliament following pressure from journalists and civil society activists.
The government is now doing what it should have done all along, which is to agree to open up the process to public consultation. I mean, there's absolutely nothing to fear from public consultation. It's sort of something that the attitude to it is something that I could never understand. I know that there was a willingness that was perhaps well-intentioned to move quickly, but you can move quickly and have public consultation also. I mean, journalists want to be involved. The public wants to be involved in the process of creating or changing laws that are going to affect how they can contribute to effectively fighting corruption. This is something that the public should be involved in.
Exactly. Thank you very much for watching this special episode of Bonġu News. I'll be back on Monday morning with reports on the commemorative events happening this weekend. Have a lovely day.